you ever face threats?
Threats I did.
Oh wow.
Threats I did.
Okay.
Because when I started to arrest gangsters,
Oh wow.
or when I would take on traffickers, they would threaten.
Oh.
So or when I separated the gangster prisoners from the main prison and put them in one to a cell, gangsters, they threatened, saying, "Aapki beti nahi hai ghar mein."
Oh my God. Wow.
So those are the threats. That's when I took on the criminals, gangsters, traffickers. And sometimes there was even an envy from a colleague or two,
Oh. Okay.
who would also try to maneuver to break my determination and willpower, threatening, say, "Don't do so much of night patrolling. It'll happen. Something could happen. Basically, stop doing so much of hard work." So there were threats of different kinds.
Wow.
But I never traveled with the personal security officer ever.
Never?
It was suffocating.
That's very brave of you.
I didn't. I had a driver and an operator.
Okay.
And of course, sometimes I would carry a weapon with me.
Okay.
But I avoided having personal security officers. They were suffocating. They were like shadows which will not let you breathe yourself. They would take away your space. So I was never with a personal security officer. But I had a driver and an operator. And of course, we were a great teamwork. It was a great teamwork.
Definitely.
So I had very strong team members who were always there supporting.
Wow. What about corruption and bribery? Have you ever experienced any forms of bribery and corruption, and how did you deal with that?
Plenty of corruption, plenty
Okay.
of bribery. You just have to be part of it.
Okay.
Once you say, open the door for it, open your willingness for it, there's enough. There's just plenty.
Wow.
But the moment you shut your door to it,
Yeah.
then you start dealing with it. You start attacking it. Then you minimize it. You cannot remove it maybe, but you minimize it.
You minimize it. Wow.
Yeah. Then you deal with it. And threats also came from there. Like the Diwali gambling.
Okay.
Diwali gambling dens.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier there were large gambling dens who made crores of rupees on that day itself. The gambling dens. And I won't let a gambling den. I would post a police control room van outside a gambling den.
Oh, wow.
Just imagine. How do I
Yeah.
control a gambling den?
Yeah.
I posted a police control room van. Now you have cameras.
Yeah, now we have cameras.
I didn't have
Yeah.
cameras at that
Wow.
time. So
Didn't
which
have
was my camera? Police control room van.
Wow.
Outside. जो आता है नाम नोट करो. जो जाता है नाम नोट करो. Oh God, I didn't have cameras also with the police officers. So what did I have? Men, police control room van, outside the van. Many times, some senior officers would say, "Kiran, why don't you remove the van?"
Oh,
Because
wow.
that was a source of income to some.
Oh, yeah.
See?
True.
So I said, "No, I'll not. I don't want this gambling den," because I hated gambling.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I disliked it.
Same.
And so I posted the van, and that made them dry. Those gambling dens were big money for many,
Yeah. I
many,
can
all
imagine.
across section.
Yeah.
And posting just one PCR van, police control room van, with just that operator and a driver and one officer, was just enough to take away crores and to make them go dry.
Wow. Yeah.
So corruption is you open the door or you shut the door. You open the door, you can have no end to it because there's every festival a reason, every occasion a reason. But when you shut it, then you start dealing with one thing at a time, one thing. But that's the joy of the work. I think the joy of the work is when work becomes worship.
Wow. Yes. Work becomes
This
worship,
is how my work became worship. And I loved it because for me, this was worship. This was true worship. I didn't have to go to Gurdwara or Mandir or a church every day. It was true worship. And I saw the results. I saw the prasad. What was the prasad? The joy in you. And the goodwill. The people loving you. People respecting you. It was so much a prasad from the people.
Did you ever plan on becoming an example for all these women, and not only in your field, but throughout the country? Or was it more like a byproduct of just you?
There's no planning in mind to win goodwill. It's just honest living.
Wow.
Take it as it comes. Respond to the situation as it comes. Deal with it. Mine is all conscious driven decisions.
Wow.
It's my conscience says this, I do this. And conscience does not mislead you. Conscience is the voice of God within. So all my decisions, however fearless they may be, however courageous they may be, how very disturbing they may be, however destabilizing they may be, they're my conscience driven. At that moment, this is my voice of the conscience. I would do it, come what may. Next day, challenges come, adversity comes, hostility comes, transfers come. Transfers come. Adverse notes come.
Yeah.
But that was the answer of the conscience. So it's been a very conscious driven policing or governance or administration.